As Andrew Lawson, again, who won the Ike Dealership Junior Sprints, rolls off the track, we'll go through the lineup of our next race, the Williams Auto Body A-Class feature. In row 1 on the inside is 22R Ryder Eigenrauch. On the outside of row 1 in the 40 is Devin Feger from East Peoria, Illinois. On the inside of row 2 in the 57 is Kyle Chady from Benton. On the outside of row 2 in the 5X is August Skinner. On the inside of row 3 in the 14N is Nolan Bartley. On the outside of row 3 in the 26 is Dane Sensel. On the inside of row 4 and the 16 is Roper Roberts from Benton. On the outside of row 4 and the 34E is Ethan Ellison from Murfreesboro. On the inside of row 5 and the 14 is River Cone from Benton, Kentucky. On the outside of row 5 and then 53 is Natalie Hubbard from Benton, Illinois. On the inside of row 6 and the 4X is Brian Martinelli. On the outside of row 6 and the 27 is Kelton Akers from Marion. And on the inside of row 7 and the 5 is Corey Stevenson from Marion. On the outside of row 7 and the 44D is Corbin Duty from Marion. And rounding us out in the 7C is Audra Cowden from Terre Haute. The light is out, so Eigenrauch will lead us to green once he comes around turns 3 and 4. So it's Eigenrauch, Chady, your 1 and 2. Bartley and Skinner fighting for that 3 and 4 spot as Eigenrauch and Chady extend that lead for 1 and 2. Eigenrauch in the back stretch. Chady, Bartley, Skinner. On the inside is Feger trying to make a move. Feger in 5, Sensel in 6. A noticeable gap between the 14 of River Cone and the 16 of Roper Roberts is that is the splitting point between 7 and 8. Chady trying to make a move on Eigenrauch there on the back stretch as they come around turns 3 and 4. As they are starting to get some lap traffic here on the back stretch. They make it around. Eigenrauch, Chady, Bartley. They're maneuvering through that lap traffic very quickly. The 4X of Brian Martinelli goes down into the infield as Chady is right on Eigenrauch's hip. They're coming around. They still continue to battle. Bartley is keeping up with them in the 14N in the green. August Skinner right behind Bartley with Sensel. Feger in the mix as well. The top 6 all netted together real close as Eigenrauch trying to separate himself from Chady this time around as he comes right in front of us here on the grandstand. Eigenrauch, Chady, Bartley. Skinner passes up Sensel for the 4 spot. And then Cowden down into the infield as we have a caution over in turns 2. Natalie Hubbard gets turned around. So we'll get everything reset here. She appears that she is going to continue racing for tonight. As again, this is the A feature for the Williams Auto Body A-Class, 20 laps, 15 entries. So now is Corbin Duty, who also follows down into the infield. So we have 11 racers remaining out of the original 15 entries. We have 10 laps complete here, as it looks like we have everything set back up. Next time around will be green. The light is out, so Eigenrauch and Chady are your top 2 still, with Bartley, Skinner, and Dane Sensel are your other top 5. Figures in the 6 as Eigenrauch leads us back to green. Is Eigenrauch, Chady, Bartley. Eigenrauch on the backstretch, trying to separate himself once again, and he does. Chady trying to scoot himself back up closer. Competing for that 4 spot is Bartley and Skinner. Sensel trying to make a push into that top 5 as well. As we have caution once again over in turns 2, it is with Roper Roberts, and Ethan Ellison. So we'll get everything reset here once again. So we have 11 down, 9 to go as Eigenrauch leads us back to green. Chady and Bartley right behind with Skinner and Sensel also. Continue to extend that lead once again. Chady, Bartley, and now Sensel. As Skinner is in fifth, with Feger in sixth. Skinner and Bartley battling for the 3 spot. It appears Skinner, that is Sensel. Sensel has the 3. So is Eigenrauch, Chady, Sensel, and Bartley, and Skinner in fifth, Feger in sixth. Kyle Chady coming in. Kyle Chady and Eigenrauch going back and forth with a lot of velocity behind their wheels. Eigenrauch and Chady coming into the backstretch. Still pushing the speed. We have 1 lap remaining. Eigenrauch and Chady still pushing the speed. Chady trying to come in on the inside. Checkered flag is out. Eigenrauch, Chady, Sensel are your top 3. Bartley finishes 4th with Skinner in 5th. So Ryder Eigenrauch in the 22R from Carterville, just down the road, wins the Williams Auto Body A class. So Dane Sensel in the 26th from Fredericktown, Missouri, finishes 3rd. Kyle Chady in the 57 from Benton finishes 2nd. And Ryder Eigenrauch in the 22R from Carterville finishes 1st in the Williams Auto Body A class.